गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरवनचारी यमुनतीरवनचारी जय राधामाधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। I welcome all the devotees for this evening session on this beautiful topic from Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I thank the devotees who have selected this topic. Yes, it is Krishna who is the supreme protector. It is only because of his grace that all of us who are trying to serve him are surviving in our lives, in our spiritual lives, to be more specific. This phrase comes from the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna was describing the nature of people who worship different kinds of devatas, and they go to the planets of the devatas. But those who worship Krishna, they are taken care of by Krishna directly. They don't go to the planets of the devatas, they directly go to Krishna himself. So how does Krishna take care of such devotees? And what do the devotees do to receive that love and care from Krishna is described in this shloka. the 22nd shloka of the 9th chapter. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Ananyas chintayanto mam means, Anya means something else. Ananya means nothing else. Chintayanto mam means to always meditate on, think about. Whom? Mam. Who is saying mam? Krishna. Mam means me. When Krishna says me, you have to remember Krishna. One who always remembers Krishna, one who always meditates on Krishna without any distractions or deviations in the mind, what kind of reciprocation does such a devotee receive from Krishna? That's the shloka. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Ye janaha paryupasate. Upasana means to worship the Lord. Paryupasana means the best worship, the perfect worship. Ye janaha paryupasate. Whoever perfectly worships me, whoever sincerely worships me, without any distractions in the mind. Tesham nitya abhiyuktanam. Tesham means such people, nitya abhiyuktanam, who are constantly engaged in my service. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I protect them. I take care of them. We'll discuss the last line more elaborately. But please understand, in this 4-line shloka, first 3 lines are describing what we are supposed to do. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Without any distractions in the mind, constantly think of Krishna. Paryupasate, perfectly worship Krishna. Nitya abhiyuktanam, not once in a while worshipping Krishna. Nitya abhiyuktana means constant engagement. Nitya means every day. Not that I worship today, next worship is next 1 month, after 1 month. Not that I thought about Krishna today and tomorrow I'll think of something else. Ananya, without any distractions in the mind, think of Krishna. So, distractionless remembrance of Krishna is emphasized in the first line. Perfect and selfless worship is emphasized in the second line. And constant engagement in Krishna Seva is described in the third line. It's not intermittent service to Krishna, but constant service to Krishna. Tesham nitya abhiyuktana. So when our worship is like this, then yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Krishna takes care of all of us. Now, let's go a little deep into the first 3 lines. First 3 lines is our sadhana, is what we are supposed to do. And the last line of the shloka is how Krishna reciprocates with our service. So, in the first 3 lines, Krishna is emphasizing on perfect worship. What is perfect worship? The perfection of our worship doesn't depend on the perfection of the ingredients used in the worship. Of course, we have to use the best quality ingredients, undoubtedly. We have to be very clean. We have to be using the right kind of materials in our worship, whether we are cooking for Krishna or worshipping Krishna with some flowers or incense. Try to use the best possible ingredients, right? Whether you are offering incense or ghee or different ingredients in the cooking or flowers or fruits, try to get the best quality, perfect quality, as much as humanly possible in Kali Yuga in 2025. But more than this perfection on the external plane, there should be perfection on the internal plane. What is the intention behind offering this service? Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, same chapter, after 4 shlokas, Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti pahritam ashna viprayatatmanah. Patram means a leaf, pushpam means a flower, phalam, a fruit, toyam, little water. So these 4 things, yo me bhaktya prayachati, offer them to Krishna with bhakti, with love, with devotion. Tadaham bhakti upahritam. Upahritam means upahar. You are gifting something to the Lord. When you are offering something to someone in the form of a gift, will you expect anything in return? No. When you are expecting something in return, how can this be called gift? It's not gift. It's transaction. You are not gifting the person. You are You are giving something and you are expecting something in return. It's a transaction like a business. That's what Krishna said, Tadaham bhakti upahritam. When somebody gifts me, offers me selflessly, without any material motivations or expectations or ulterior agendas, then I will accept it. Then I will protect them. Basically, Bhagavatam also says the same thing. Right in the beginning of Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, sixth shloka, Sutta Goswami defines what is pure devotional service. What is pure devotional service? Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The supreme dharma of all living entities is unmotivated and uninterrupted bhakti unto Krishna. Ahaituki means no material expectations. Apratihata means no interruptions or inconsistencies or irregularities. When the bhakti is regular and consistent, and when the bhakti is done with dedication, without any selfish motives, then yatma suprasidati, then the heart is completely purified. Heart is completely satisfied. That satisfaction of heart depends on the purity of our intent and the consistency of our attempt. That's what this sloka of Bhagavatam says. Bhakti can be done in 4 modes. First type of bhakti is called tamasic bhakti. Means bhakti or devotional service done in mode of ignorance. If somebody has some tendencies to take revenge on somebody, or they want to, they are envious of someone, they have some violent intentions, violent tendencies, they are doing Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, they are doing Archanam, they are worshipping the Lord, they are offering Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam to the Lord. They are also using the right kind of ingredients in their worship. They are consistent in their service, but the intentions are violent. They want to take revenge on somebody. That kind of bhakti is called tamasic bhakti, or bhakti in mode of ignorance. Then second level is rajasic bhakti, bhakti in mode of passion. Means somebody is very ambitious. They want to attain something. They are desiring name, fame, prestige, many things, wealth, reputation. So that is the ambition behind the performance of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. It is called Rajasic Bhakti, or Bhakti in mode of passion. The third level is Bhakti in mode of goodness, or Sattvic Bhakti. In Sattvic Bhakti, people desire for liberation or happiness, some kind of personal happiness. They may not want to harm anyone. They may not have many great material ambitions, but they desire their own liberation and happiness. That is Sattvic Bhakti. But Nirguna Bhakti is that Bhakti which is not contaminated by 3 material modes. What is that? Madguna Sruti Matrena Vahi Sarva Guhashaye Manogatira Vichhinna Yatha Gangambha Sombhutau. Means just by hearing about the qualities of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the mind of a devotee runs towards Krishna. Madguna Sruti Matrena Vahi Sarva Guhashaye. Just like Ganga flows towards the ocean, despite facing so many obstacles in the form of big cities or villages or mountains or valleys or hills or different obstacles, somehow or the other Ganga finds her way towards the ocean. Similarly, devotee also, despite so many obstacles, somehow manages to reach Krishna. Always thinks of Krishna. All the material obstacles are not obstacles for a devotee to attain Krishna, to reach Krishna. That kind of bhakti is called pure bhakti. Just like Prahlad Maharaj, how many obstacles he had in his bhakti. But he's always thinking of Krishna. Ananyas Chintayantam, best example is Prahlad Maharaj. So many such devotees are there. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujan Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnantu munchantu va Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam tume Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. My chittam will not get distracted or deviated from the thought of Krishna's lotus feet even for one kshana, one moment also. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujan. From the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, my thought will never get deviated. Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnantu munchantu va. Nindantu priya bandhava. Priya bandhava means one's own relatives, friends, family members. They also may do ninda. Even they may also criticize us for worshipping Krishna. Just like Prahlad Maharaj's family members, his own father is criticizing. Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana. Gurujana means seniors, gurus. Prahlad's gurus were also criticizing Prahlad Maharaj. Shanda and Amarka were sitting with a stick. Why are you worshipping Vishnu? Why are you worshipping Lord Hari? You should worship Hiranyakashipu, Hira, not Hari. Understand? Prahlad says it doesn't fit into my brain. What you are saying makes no sense to me. I worship Lord Hari only. Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnantu munchantu va. Let them accept me or reject me, no problem. Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va. Durvadam means let people spread gossip about me. Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va. Let there be a blame upon me that I am bringing so much of ill reputation to my family. Vamshe kalanka. Prahlad is criticized like that. Oh, he is a black mark on the pure fame of the demoniac dynasty. Prahlad was criticized like that. Shanda and Amarka said, this demoniac dynasty is like a great sandalwood forest. And Lord Vishnu is the axe. And this Prahlad is like a handle to the axe. Right? That's how he was criticized. Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va. Let people think that I am a kalanka to my vamsha. I am a bad mark, black spot on the pure reputation of my vamsha. Let them think. Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam to me. But I am constantly experiencing the love, prema of my beloved Lord Krishna. Therefore, I will not be distracted from my meditation, my absorption in the thoughts of Krishna. This is the mood of devotees. Right? So that's why Krishna is saying, Ananyas sintayanto mam yajanaha paripasate. Don't get distracted. There are so many allurements and temptations and distractions and deviations in this material world. Maya is constantly working 24/7 to distract us from our Krishna consciousness. The more we become serious in bhakti, the more Maya tries to distract us from bhakti. The more we chant the holy names of the Lord, the more we hear about Krishna, the more we discuss the pastimes of the Lord, the more we meditate on the wonderful qualities of Krishna, the more Maya will try to distract us. Consistency is required. The more we practice bhakti, the more sadhana we do, the more seva we do, the more smaranam we do, the more archanam we do, the more sravanam we do, the anarthas will reduce. To the degree we are absorbing ourselves in bhakti, to that degree anarthas will go away. Right? But Maya keeps on alluring us. Don't be too absorbed in bhakti. It's okay. Jada ho rahe. Kam karo thora. Temperature kam karo. Intensity kam karo. That's what Maya does. But we are intensifying, then Maya will intensify her difficulties, her distractions. Even if we don't have any bad qualities like lust, envy, pride, greed, etc., Maya is so expert that she attacks us through our good qualities. That's a problem. I don't have any bad qualities. You have good qualities, right? Sufficient reason for me to catch you. You want an example? Bharat Maharaj. Very popular example in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bharat Maharaj was an exalted devotee. He was on the platform of Bhava. He ruled the kingdom for thousands of years, and he retired from the kingdom, and he came to the Pulahashram, and he started worshipping the Lord on the bank of this Gandaki river. He was worshipping Shaligrams and doing many things, absorbed in meditation. He had tears in his eyes when he was meditating on the Lord. He had no lust, he had no envy, he had no greed, he had no pride, he had no anarthas. But one day, as he was doing his Sandhyavandan, he saw a pregnant deer having a miscarriage, and the baby deer fell on the bank of the river, and the mother died. And Bharat Maharaj, being a great king, he is naturally having the quality of protecting someone who is in need. So Bharat Maharaj extended himself, went and picked up that baby deer, brought the deer to his ashram, and he wanted to take care of this deer nicely. He just offered some grass, some food, and was maintaining the deer. But Maya caught him through that quality. Slowly, Bharat Maharaj started giving more attention to the deer and became more inattentive in his sadhana. He neglected his own spiritual practices in the name of taking care of the deer. So his compassion became misplaced compassion. Because of compassion, he got distracted from bhakti. Krishna said, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. But Bharat started doing Anyas Chintayanto Mam. Anya. His Krishna Chintan was sidelined. His Mrga Chintan, or deer, Chintan about the deer, thoughts about the deer became more intense than thoughts about Krishna. So, Krishna thoughts are replaced. Then what happened? He became a deer in the next life. Of course, Krishna was kind enough to protect his human consciousness or spiritual consciousness even in deer body. And that's how spiritually he progressed only. But the point is, when somebody is not very attentive in one's bhakti, especially when somebody does not have association of devotees, then there is every possibility of getting distracted in bhakti. Just imagine, you are chanting alone in your room, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You are chanting alone in your room. Some Instagram message came. You wanted to see it while chanting. Right hand is sincerely counting the beads, but left hand is sincerely fingering the reels. Right? Here beads, here reels, here reels. And within one reel, you will count 5-6 mantras. Right? Sometimes you may miscount also. Right? Okay, this reel is not good. Like this. This is downward movement, this is upward movement. Right? So this is okay happening. But if you chant with 10 other devotees in a room, in temple hall, or in some altar room, in front of them, we can't do this. Even if you happen to do this, if some devotee observes you, he's holding the phone more than 10 seconds, more than 1 minute. Some quick thing comes, it's an emergency thing, you just see and then address it and then keep it aside. But hours together it's happening. Have you seen some people, or at least have you seen yourself? 4 rounds chanting with phone constantly. It's not 4 seconds, not 4, but 4 rounds. Right? Both are happening. So when we are alone, we can do that. But when we are with devotees will not allow us to do that. Their mere presence will make us more conscious. At least to protect our public image, we will not do it. Right? Ego. They should not think that I'm an inattentive sadhaka. I chant very attentively. They should understand that. Right? Therefore, I will keep it aside. If nobody is there, then I can pick up. Because the tendency is there, better sit with some other devotees and chant instead of chanting alone. Right? So, it's important that we keep ourselves in the association of Vaishnavas. Otherwise, there is every possibility of getting distracted. So, Bharat Maharaj getting distracted is mainly because he does not have anyone to correct him. There is no Vaishnava Sangha around him. He was alone practicing austerities. We should give some liberty to other Vaishnavas to correct us. When we don't give them that liberty to correct us, we become too liberal towards ourselves. The Maya will become more liberal to us. So when Maya showers her causeless mercy upon us, it's very difficult to protect ourselves. We have to sincerely take shelter of Krishna. Daivi hesha gunabhayim mama maya duratyayam mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Maya is very powerful, unsurpassable, Krishna says. But if you take shelter of Krishna, Sharanagati, it becomes easy. It becomes very easy to protect ourselves from Maya. But how do we take shelter of Krishna? All these elements of sadhana like Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, they are the base of taking shelter of Krishna. You want more depth? There are 6 symptoms of Sharanagati. We will not discuss all of them, but the first 2 symptoms of Sharanagati are Anukulyasya Sankalpam. Second, Pratikulyasya Varjanam. Anukulyasya Sankalpam means whatever is favorable for your bhakti, accept it, adopt it. Pratikulyasya Varjanam means whatever is unfavorable for bhakti, reject it. Right? Reject it. So, bhakti or sincerity in bhakti begins with this. Let me accept whatever is favorable for bhakti. Let me reject whatever is unfavorable for bhakti. This is Sharanagati. These are the first 2 steps of Sharanagati. The way of taking shelter of Krishna is to accept whatever suits our spiritual life, whatever is conducive to our spiritual life. Many times we choose things according to public opinion, popular opinion. Because 10 other people are choosing, 1,000 other people are choosing the same thing that becomes popular, we don't choose it. Everything popular need not be pure. Everything pure need not be popular. Right? Things that are popular may not be pure. Things that are pure may not be popular. Of course, some pure things can become popular. Some popular things may be pure also. But popularity and purity are not always together. Everything that is popular need not be pure. But the mind's tendency is to choose whatever is popular, not what is pure. Right? Different people or different products or different places become popular because of some material attributes in them. But something which is very pure may not be that popular. But the mind's tendency, the tendency of a typical conditioned soul in Kali Yuga especially, is to always go by popularity than purity. So, bhakti is very precarious. Means the whole path of spiritual life, advancing in path of spiritual life is not that easy, right? So Maya can create so many such disturbances or distractions. Some are spiritual, it's very clear. Some are material, that's also very clear. But the problem is, some things are seemingly spiritual, although they are material. That's where we need to use our viveka. It seems spiritual, but it is not spiritual. It is material. It seems it's a spiritual activity. Just like Bharat Maharaj taught, showing compassion upon this deer is very perfectly all right. It doesn't conflict with my spiritual life. He thought like that. Seemingly spiritual activity of showing kindness and compassion upon some helpless living being, which is correct initially. But that seemingly spiritual activity became a cause of his distraction and he became an animal in the next life. So we need to be very, very careful. Who can be distracted? Anyone can be distracted. Vadanti vishwam kavayasmanashwaram pashyanti chadhyatma vido vipaschitaha tathapi muhyanti tavajamaya suvismitam krutyamajam natosmitam. Vadanti vishwam kavayasmanashwaram. The 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 18th chapter, 4th shloka says, there are so many people who are convinced about the temporary nature of this material world, they can even convince others also. They can convince others also that this material world is temporary, it's useless, this and that. But Maya is so powerful that even they can be bewildered. Right? Tathapi muhyanti tavaja maya. Tathapi means still, although they are so great philosophers and scholars and seasoned practitioners of spiritual life, and they can even inspire others in their spiritual life, inspire others also by teaching that this material universe is temporary, still, tathapi muhyanti, they get bewildered. Tava aja maya. Maya is so powerful, even so such experienced, seasoned practitioners of spiritual life also can be bewildered. So one should not be overconfident. One should consistently take shelter and constantly evaluate our decisions. Constantly evaluate your moods and needs and deeds. We have to evaluate our mood. Is my mood in line with the teachings of Acharyas? Is my mood in line with the what is favorable to bhakti? Anukulyasya sankalpam. Then need. Many times we think we need something. Today I need a gadget. Today I need some prasadam of this quality. Today I need some clothes. So we may have so many needs. Some are genuine needs. You may need to sleep. You may need to eat. You may need some other things. Some are genuine needs, but sometimes they are unnecessary necessities in Prabhupada's language. Unnecessary necessities. Say I have phone of so and so model, for example. Some next upgrade came. Do I need it? May not be, but still, Maya says, take it na. Kya problem hai? If you are using this 6 months, you are using the same phone. 1 year, you are using the same phone. Of course, you may not feel the need, but others will feel the need. Prabhu, how long will you use that phone? Why don't you change it? Getting right? Then we think, of course, we need it. We feel the need, although we don't feel the need voluntarily, but because 10 other people are saying, we feel the need. We need to constantly evaluate our needs and moods, and constantly evaluate our deeds also. Moods, needs, deeds, all we have to evaluate. Self-evaluation, right? Deeds. I did this thing, or I said this thing. Words. Add one more thing, words there. What I said, what I did, is it in line with the teachings of Acharyas? Is it favorable to my bhakti? Or am I speaking or doing things which are unfavorable for bhakti? We have to be very careful. Right? This is called Ananyas Chintayantam. Although you told me to speak about Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, I'm still not coming to that point. Half an hour we are discussing on what we are supposed to do before Krishna does Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. So first 3 lines are often neglected. So this, when there is consistency in our bhakti, when there is purity in our intentions, when there is purity in our thoughts and actions and moods and needs and deeds, then Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Sometimes we don't do the first 3 lines, but we expect Krishna to do the 4th line. Right? It happens. Krishna, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Prabhu, please give us a hope-giving class. Krishna is our protector. He protects. Of course, he protects, no doubt. But to receive his protection, what are you supposed to do? First see that. Right? Sometimes there is some difficulty, some setback, some failure in the life of a devotee. And the devotee blames Krishna. Krishna, I'm chanting 16 rounds. Since 2 years, since 4 years, since 10 years, since 15 years, I'm chanting 16 rounds. Are you hearing or not? My chanting every day. We don't hear our chanting. But we expect Krishna to hear attentively. We are not attentive to the holy names that we are uttering, but we expect Krishna should attentively hear my chanting every day, 16 rounds. And we don't question Krishna every day also. Only when there is difficulty, we'll question. Krishna, are you hearing my chanting? I'm chanting since 16 rounds, since 16 years, right? And this typical Bollywood or whatever movies also influence us to do the same. Whenever there is some excitement in the life of the hero or heroine, they'll have a duet. Whenever there is some difficulty, they'll go to the temple. They'll stand in front of the deity. I was in typical Indian movies earlier. Those are born and brought up in Krishna consciousness, you are very pure. You don't have to see any movies. But those who don't have that background have seen some movies. The typical movies, they show the hero going in front of the temple, questioning the Lord. At that time only there is some thunder in the sky, and there's rain, and the deity is silently watching like this. And this hero is blaming, or the heroine is blaming like this, and the camera is going this way, that way, right? Till now, camera is like this, but suddenly camera goes like this, like this, like this. All the bells in the temple start moving, making big sounds, loud sounds, right? God is to be blamed, right? So similarly, don't think that is just randomly there in the movies. That is depicting the typical mentality of a conditioned soul who is practicing spiritual life in a very immature manner. They expect Krishna to be their problem solver, right? To be order supplier. I broke coconut in front of the deity means the Lord has to fulfill my desire. I did 11 pradikshanas around the deity, right? I did Sakshtanga Pranam in front of the deity. I should get some lottery. I should get some car. I should get first rank in my exam. I should have the best family life I can ever dream of. So people have a lot of expectations, right? But Krishna takes care of a devotee in his own style, not in the style that we expect. Now shall I get into Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham? Is it enough? Enough description of Ananyas Chintayantam, how our practice of bhakti has to be sincere and not loose or not motivated, or it should not be like tamasic or rajasic or sattvic. It should not be mishra bhakti. So I spoke only 3 types of impure practices of bhakti: tamasic bhakti, rajasic bhakti, sattvic bhakti. There are other types of bhakti. Krishna says, Arto Jignasur Artharti Gnani Cha Bharatarshabha. You know that shloka from the 7th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukritino arjuna. Arto Jignasur Artharti Gnani Cha Bharatarshabha. Artha means they come to the temple only to be relieved from any miseries. Mandir gaya to shanti milta hai. Right? Only for shanti they go to mandir. Right? They don't need anything else. They are relief seekers. Right? Artha. Jignasu, they're very curious. They're curious about everything. Artharthi, they want money, wealth. Gnani, they are wise people, better than the other 3, but they are not yet pure. They are not completely pure. So these are 4 types of people. And you want more categories? There are Karma Mishra Bhaktas, Jnana Mishra Bhaktas, Yoga Mishra Bhaktas. There are Bhakti Mishra Karmis, Bhakti Mishra Jnanis, Bhakti Mishra Yogis. I will not elaborate on all this, but basically these are different shades of bhakti. Impure bhakti, gray areas. Our bhakti is mixed with some karmic tendencies, some yogic tendencies, some dharmic tendencies, some karmakandic tendencies. Bhakti is not pure. But pure bhakti is that which is done to please Krishna. Some said, Bhir Haritoshanam. Whatever devotional activity we do, the purpose of that activity is to please Krishna. But if the purpose of that activity is to please one's own self, then there is no Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. You can't expect Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Then what is Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham? Let's break this suspense. So what we are supposed to do is clear, right? Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Janaha Paripasate Tesham Nitya Abhiyuktanam. This is what we need to do. Then Krishna will do Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. What is Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham? Let's see. Yoga means, anyone knows the definition of yoga? Linking, connecting our consciousness with the Supreme Lord. Right? When you are trying to connect your consciousness, your Chetana towards Krishna, that is called yoga. Clear? Kshema means prosperity, protection, which is offered by the Lord. Here in this line, Krishna says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. 4 words are there in this 4th line. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Yoga we defined. What is that yoga? Our attempt to connect with Krishna. Kshema means Krishna's reciprocation with our attempt in the form of giving us prosperity and protection. That is Kshema. Then Vahami means I carry. Vahami means to hold, to carry. Right? I carry the burden of the maintenance of my devotees. Last word is important. Aham. Aham means I. Krishna says, I will personally carry the burden of the maintenance of my devotees. It is not burden. It is like, it is a great ecstasy for Krishna. A small child is there, 1-year-old, 2-year-old baby, sitting in mother's lap, or father's lap. If the child is little healthy, little heavy. Just imagine if the child is say 8 kilos or 10 kilos or 15 kilos, little grown up kid, right? 15 kilos. Here, she is keeping the 10-15 kilo heavy kid in your lap and sitting in the class for 1 hour or 2 hours, right? Do you feel any pain? It's pleasure because child is there. Now keep the child aside. Keep 15 kilo lump of iron in your lap, or if not iron, something else. Please keep some heavy weight in your lap, 15 kilos for 2 hours, 1 hour in the class. You don't feel like doing it even for 5 minutes also. Even for 10 minutes also you can't keep it. Why should I keep it here? Because there is no love there. There is no love there. There is a burden there. But for a mother or for a father to carry a small child, even if the child is a little healthy, it's an ecstasy. It's happiness. It's love. It's affection. Similarly, Krishna says, Vahamyaham. I don't delegate the maintenance of my devotee to someone else. Krishna has so many servants. Krishna has hundreds and thousands of servants. He has devatas, he has expansions, he has incarnations, he has manus and Prajapati. So many people are there to take care of the burden of the maintenance of some devotee. But Krishna never delegates it. Aham means I will personally carry the burden of the maintenance of my devotees. He will personally do it. If some VIP comes to your home, will you send a maid servant or some soldier or some office boy to go and collect him? To go and bring him? Will you say like that? He may do that to some vendor or someone who brings some Amazon parcel, something like that, he can go and collect. But if some big VIP comes, if the chief minister comes to your home, or prime minister comes to your home, or some other dear friend comes to your home, you will personally go and invite them into the home, and you will even carry their suitcase and bring them inside. You will offer them seat, water, and give all kinds of hospitality because they are very dear to you. Similarly, Krishna also says, Vahamyaham, I will personally take care of the maintenance of my devotees. I will not delegate it to anyone. It's my ecstasy to take care of the burden of the maintenance of my devotees. This is Krishna's promise. Now, there is one great devotee, a popular story is there. Arjunacharya story. How many of you know that story of Arjunacharya? If all of you know, I will not narrate. But I see only 6-7 hands. And I have to narrate. Small story. There is a great devotee named Arjunacharya. He was commenting on Bhagavad Gita. He was writing a commentary. Commenting on means not negative comments. Writing a commentary, bhashya, an explanation on Bhagavad Gita. So, he came to this shloka, 9.22. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paripasate tesham mityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. When he came to this line, yoga kshemam vahamyaham, he felt a bit uncomfortable. Why this yoga kshemam vahamyaham? Why would Krishna carry the burden of maintenance of a devotee? He should not carry. He can tell somebody else, right? Not that he did not trust Krishna's words, but he just felt that why should Krishna carry? He just struck off that line, cut off that line. And as he was thinking about this commentary, he somehow could not go out for begging. His daily routine is he would go out at the lunchtime, beg some charity from people. People will give him some food, and he will come back and eat with his wife. As a Brahmana, that's how he will survive. But that day he went out for begging very late because he was thinking about this shloka. So when he went out, he was going from door to door. He could not get any charity that day because by the time he went out for begging, people have already taken their lunch, washed their pots, and they're sleeping also. As he was out of home, 2 little boys came. one boy of dark complexion, one boy of fair complexion. These two boys came to Arjunacharya's home, and Arjunacharya's wife was there. She opened the door. This boy said, and these boys were carrying big loads of grains and flowers and fruits and spices, so many eatables. Then she said, "Oh, you are little boys, why are you carrying so many loads? Your husband engaged us in carrying these loads. You are such tender boys. How can he make you lift such heavy weights?" She was surprised. Then this boy, especially the dark boy, he said, "Your husband not only makes us carry heavy loads of weight, he will sometimes beat us also." He said, "I will not believe. My husband is not so cruel to beat little kids like you." Immediately this boy turned and showed his back. And really there were some marks on the back of the boy. Then Arjunacharya's wife became surprised. She took some chandan and then applied that chandan on the boy's back and said, "Don't worry, it will be all right." And she became very upset with her husband. Then after some time, she cooked and she started eating also. After some time, Arjunacharya came empty-handed. Nothing was there in his hands. He saw his wife eating. Daily his wife would cook and feed him and then she will eat. That's her habit. But here, before even he came, she started eating. On top of it, she was very indifferent, very insensitive. She was very neglectful towards Arjunacharya. Then Arjunacharya asked her two questions. Question number one, where did you get food to eat? Who got all these ingredients? So many fruits and spices and grains are here. Where did you get all this? Second question, why are you so neglectful? Why are you so disrespectful today? What happened to you? Then she said, your disciples brought all these ingredients and I am indifferent because I didn't like your behavior at all. What happened? You are making small children carry so many loads of grains. On top of it, you are beating them also, punishing them. They are not doing properly. If they are not doing properly, I never expected this from you. I thought you are very kind. Arjunacharya said, I have never sent any of my students to bring all these vegetables here. I personally went out for begging. How can I send anyone? On top of it, I never punished anybody. How can you believe that? How do the boys look like? Then she said, one boy looks little dark, one boy looks little fair. They're like this much age. And oh, Arjunacharya thought, who must have come? He went back to his room. He saw the book that he was writing, the commentary on Bhagavad Gita. And earlier he has striked off this Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham line, right? Those lines manifested again. Arjunacharya became very surprised. Means the two boys came with all these vegetables and ingredients are none other than Krishna and Balaram. Just to prove their words true, they have come. Just to convince me that this line Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham is correct. Krishna has brought all these ingredients. Yes, Krishna will personally carry the burden of the maintenance of his devotees. He acted as the chariot driver of Arjuna. Sarathya parishada sevana sakhya dautya virasana nugamana stavana pranaman snigdheshu pandushu jagat pranatim cha vishnor bhaktim karoti nrupatis charana ravinde. So Krishna became a Sarathi, a chariot driver for Arjuna. And Krishna became a messenger for the Pandavas. So Krishna did so many menial services to maintain the Pandavas, right? That is Krishna's protection. Lord Ramachandra, to protect Mother Sita Devi, he took hundreds and thousands and millions of Vanaras to fight with Ravana and retrieve Sita Devi. Even if one devotee is in suffering, Krishna will immediately go and protect the devotee. That's amazing. So Arjunacharya had full conviction now. Earlier also he had, but somehow there's some little doubt there. Krishna cleared the doubt completely. So this is how Krishna takes care of the maintenance of his devotees. Now, let's revisit this word, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, this line. Prabhupada says that Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham means, before coming to Prabhupada's explanation, let me give a little more explanation. So let's conclude with Prabhupada's ultimate explanation of this. Before that, one little extra insight here. What was the definition of yoga we discussed? Connecting our consciousness with Krishna. What is Kshema? Krishna protecting us in reciprocation with our connection or attempt to connect with him. Now, Krishna did not say Kshemam Vahamyaham. He said yoga also Vahamyaham. Means I will take care of not only Kshema. Kshema is his part. Yoga is our part. Isn't it? But this Vahamyaham applies to this yoga also. What does it mean? It is only by Krishna's grace we will be able to do Bhakti Yoga. Means even our attempt to connect with Krishna is also protected by Krishna only. So even if you are doing your sadhana bhakti nicely, even if you are chanting and hearing and worshipping the Lord nicely, even that also is inspired by Krishna and maintained by Krishna. We cannot take credit for our bhakti also. You want proofs? You want some examples? See, Dhruva Maharaj, at the age of 5, he was insulted by his stepmother Suruchi. We know that. He became frustrated. He went to his mother. His mother said, my dear son, please don't hold any grudges towards anyone. Everything happens because of karma. Please take shelter of Krishna. Tameva vatsashriya bhritya vatsalam mumukshubhirmrugya padavja paddhatim ananya bhave nija dharma bhavite manasya vasthapya bhajasva purusham. Krishna, so many devotees have taken shelter of Krishna. Oh, my dear son Dhruva, so many people have taken shelter of Krishna and they become successful in their endeavors. You also take shelter of Krishna. He is very affectionate towards all his devotees. I am just one mother. I can give you the affection of one mother only. But Krishna can give you the affection of 10 million mothers put together. Please take his shelter. So Suniti Mata inspired Dhruva. Right? Now Dhruva left the palace. At the age of 5, he left the palace to worship Lord Vishnu. Now who will take care of his spiritual life now? He has no guidance. All he has heard about the Lord is, if you take his shelter, he will fulfill your desires. That's all his mother said. But he left. Then Krishna understood. He wanted to do Bhakti Yoga now. He wanted to connect with me now. But he doesn't know how to do it. Let me help him. Let me assist him. Then Lord Vishnu inspired Narada Muni. Then Narada Muni came to the forest and met Dhruva, little 5-year-old child. And Narada Muni said, why are you wandering in the forest? You're a little child. You should go back home, play. Don't take the words of your split-up mother seriously. He said many things. But Dhruva said, no. I have been insulted by my stepmother. I was not allowed to sit on my father's throne and father's lap. So, I want to attain a position which is superior to my great-grandfather Brahma. If you have an honest means, please tell me. Narada Muni is telling, go back, but he is not listening. So what did Narada Muni do? He taught him, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He taught him this mantra and inspired him to take bhakti. And then Dhruva Maharaj went to Vrindavan, Madhuvan, chanted this Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Then finally, Lord Vishnu appeared after 6 months in front of Dhruva. Now, who took care of the yoga of Dhruva? Lord Vishnu. He arranged the very guru. So, Narada Muni does not know what happened in Uttanapada's palace. It's Lord Vishnu who inspired Narada Muni to go and meet Dhruva and guide him. Vasudeva inspired him. So, even our attempts to perform yoga, bhakti yoga, is also because of Krishna. Right? We cannot take credit for our sincere absorption in bhakti also. Even if you do ananyas chintayantoma, even if you do paryupasate or tesham mityabhayuktanam, all these are ultimately inspired by Krishna, facilitated by Krishna. For example, one more example. Okay, let's take the same example. Dhruva Maharaj, after 6 months, he got the darshan of the Lord. Because initially he got a mantra. That mantra gave him darshan of the Lord. That Naam gave him access to Rupa. Then he wanted to offer prayers to the Lord as soon as he saw him. But he doesn't know how to offer prayers. Lord Vishnu took a conch shell and touched the head of Dhruva. Then, like USB transfer, entire Vedic knowledge has been transferred into Dhruva's mind and heart. And he started offering eloquent prayers. Right? So, Dhruva was inspired to offer prayers to the Lord, and Dhruva got the ability to offer prayers to the Lord only by the Lord's grace. So even our prayers are also dependent on the Lord. The opportunity to serve Krishna, the opportunity to perform bhakti, the ability to perform bhakti, the inspiration to perform bhakti, all these are created by Krishna. What are we supposed to do then? He is giving us inspiration. He is creating opportunity. He is giving us the ability to perform service. What should we do? We should perform service. See, He will give opportunity or He will facilitate our bhakti only when we are inclined to do bhakti. We should desire it. Let me voluntarily develop a desire to serve Krishna. Let me voluntarily develop a desire to offer prayers to the Lord. Then the Lord will give us the ability to offer prayers. Willingness is our part. Ability must be given by Him. So this is how Krishna protects us. By keeping us inspired in bhakti. By giving us opportunities to perform bhakti. By giving us the facilities and abilities to perform bhakti. So now let's conclude with Srila Prabhupada's brilliant explanation here. Srila Prabhupada says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham means Krishna supplies whatever we lack and Krishna preserves whatever we have. Clear? Whatever you have, Krishna will protect. Whatever you don't have, Krishna will provide. He's the protector and he's the provider. That's what Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham means. For example, this fruit vendor came in Vrindavan. He had so many fruits. And she was saying, anyone wants fruits, please come and purchase from me. Then little Krishna came with a few grains in his little hands. And he came running very enthusiastically to offer these grains to this fruit vendor and get some fruits. But by the time he reached the fruit vendor, most of the grains fell down. Already his hands were small. He was holding very few grains and they also fell down on the way. Then this fruit vendor accepted those little grains and filled Krishna's hands with as many fruits as he could hold. Isn't it? Now, her basket was filled with so many jewels. Oh, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I will give fruits to Krishna, he'll give me jewels. Very nice, very nice. Krishna will supply whatever we don't have. Amazing. Then second, another example. Sudama. He offered some handful of poha to Krishna. Flat rice, not sweet rice, sorry. Flat rice he offered to Krishna. Then Krishna accepted one handful of flat rice from Sudama and he gave him a big palace. I will also give 10 handfuls of poha to Krishna. We may think like that. I will also get 10 bungalows. We may think like that. But Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham doesn't stop at giving this understanding only. Whatever we lack, Krishna will supply. And whatever we have, Krishna will preserve. But did Krishna preserve whatever Pandavas had? They had the opulence of Indraprastha. Krishna took away. Did Krishna preserve what Bali Maharaj had? Bali Maharaj had the opulence of all the three worlds. And the Lord came in the form of Vamardev and took away all the property of Bali Maharaj and made him bankrupt. Right? Avanti Brahman. He has so much of wealth. He's a great merchant. He's into agriculture also. But the Lord has taken away everything from him. So Krishna said Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham in Bhagavad Gita. But if you go to 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, or 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna also said, Yasyaham anugrahanami harishye tadhanam shanaihi. When I have special anugraha or mercy upon someone, harishye tadhanam shanaihi. I will gradually take away all his wealth. Therefore I am called Hari. Because I will do Haran. I will take away all the wealth. Only according to Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, Krishna is supposed to protect whatever we have. Krishna is supposed to supply whatever we don't have. But Krishna is taking away whatever we have also. Totally opposite to the definition of this statement, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. How is it justified? Does Krishna not keep his promise? Does he go against his words? How do we understand? Again, let's go back to the two symptoms of Sharanagati we have discussed in the beginning. What were they? Anukulyasya sankalpam pratikulyasya varjanam. If we are not doing it, Krishna will do it. That's what Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham means. We are not prioritizing, accepting only things that are favorable to bhakti and rejecting everything that are unfavorable to bhakti. Krishna will do that. Krishna will preserve whatever we have if it is favorable to our bhakti. Otherwise, he will make us lose everything. Avanti Brahman had so much property, but it's not favorable to his bhakti. He's becoming miserly. Krishna takes away all that. You focus on my bhakti, not on your wealth. Understand? Then he has taken complete shelter of Krishna. Similarly, Bali Maharaj had so many things. He has all 3 wives. But he also has little pride. I am a very charitable person. What did Krishna do? He came in the form of a small Brahmana boy, Vamanadev, and took away everything that Bali Maharaj had. And Bali Maharaj completely surrendered. But Lord, my soul surrendered unto you. So, whatever we have, Krishna will not preserve. Don't stop at this understanding of Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham only. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham means Krishna will preserve whatever we have, Krishna will supply, Krishna will provide whatever we don't have. That's a general understanding. But there is a small star at the end. Condition supply. What is condition supply? Anukulyasya sankalpam, pratikulyasya varjanam. These are the 2 conditions, terms and conditions. I will preserve whatever you have only if it is favorable to your bhakti. Otherwise, I will take away everything that you have. And he is very popular in doing that. Vraja prasiddham navanita choram gopangananam chadukula choram aneka janmarjita papa choram chauragraganyam purusham namami. Sri Radhikaya hridayasya choram navambudashyamala kanti choram padashritanam cha samasta choram chauragraganyam purusham namami. Padashritanam cha samasta choram. You understand what does it mean? What is that? If you have taken shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, samasta choram, he will take away everything that you have. But Krishna said, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. He has given so many jewels to the fruit vendor. I saw that pastime and came to Krishna. He has given the big bungalow to Sudama by taking only a little poha. I thought Krishna will do that to me also. That's why I came. Many people who are worshipping different devis and devatas or any gods, they come for material benefits only. They are wealth seekers. They are prosperity seekers. They want pain, relief from pain. That's why they come. But here Krishna says, Padashritanam cha samasta choram. If you come to me, I will steal everything from you. Right? And I'm very famous about it. Praje prasiddham navanita choram. In Vrindavan, Krishna is famous as one who has stolen butter. That's all, Makhan Chor. But exciting thing in this shloka is Aneka janma arjita papa choram chauragraganyam purusham namami. Aneka janma arjita papa choram means we have been accumulating sinful reactions for several lifetimes and Krishna will take away everything. Okay, right? All of you are okay with it? Krishna is taking away all your sinful reactions. Any objections? Any objection? You want to hold on to your sinful reactions, or is it okay if Krishna steals away? Right? That's fine. But the next line is the problem. Padashritanam cha samasta choram, not samasta, only sinful reactions. We understand this. When you said aneka janmachita papa choram, we agreed. But you are adding some more thing. Padashritanam cha samasta choram. I don't want samasta. Keep my bangla here only. Keep my car here only. Keep my bank balance here only. Keep my gold and diamonds and all the wealth with me only. Pap takes sinful reactions. Diamonds with me. Right? We want all sense gratificatory things with us. but we don't want simple reaction. How can there be sense gratification without simple reaction? Did you ever think about it? If there is sense gratification, there has to be simple reaction. But we aspire for sense gratification only, but no sinful reaction. We are comfortable. Krishna, take away all my sins, but leave all facilities for sense gratification with me only. But Krishna says, no, padashritanam cha samasta chauram. I will steal everything that you have, if it is not favorable for bhakti. When Krishna says samasta chauram, again there is a star, conditions apply. Right? And everywhere there is a condition applied there. When Krishna said, aneka janmarjita papa chauram, there also there is a star, conditions apply. You know what is that? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Krishna will take away all your sinful reactions only when you completely surrender to him. When there is no complete surrender, he will not steal your sinful reactions. He will preserve your sinful reactions so that Yamaraj can give sufficient punishment. Right? Conditions apply everywhere. Don't just take any statement for granted. Everywhere there is a condition. Krishna is very crooked. He doesn't even stand straight only. Tera, Tribhanga. Kshemam Tribhanga Lalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Hajami. Right? So he's Tribhanga. He is not very straight. He is little crooked. Right? So he will take away all your sinful reactions only when we completely surrender into him. Sarva dharman parityajya is required first. Mamekam sharanam vraja is required first. Then sarva papebhyo mokshayishyam. Then next, padashritanam cha samasta chauram. He will take away everything only if it is not favorable to your bhakti. If it is favorable for your bhakti, he will not take a penny from you. Don't worry. He will give you even if you don't want. Narasimhadev asked Prahlad Maharaj, but dear Prahlad, what do you want? I am very pleased with your prayers. Take whatever you want. Prahlad Maharaj said, what do you think, my dear Lord? Am I a businessman? Will I exchange my bhakti for some material boon or material benediction? Don't tempt me. Don't allure me. I don't want anything. If at all you want to give me some benediction, just give me one benediction. You know what is that? Destroy all my material desires. My desire is, all my material desires must be destroyed. Give me this boon. He said like that. Then Narasimhadev became very excited, very pleased with Prahlad Maharaj and said, I am making you unrivaled ruler of this demon dynasty. You rule for one mantra. I don't remember, one mantra or some, for a long time, for thousands of years he can rule. He never wanted it, but he gave. Narasimhadev gave. Even if a devotee is not interested in any material opulence, Krishna will give that material opulence to the devotee if the Lord is confident that my devotee will not get distracted in bhakti. But if the Lord sees that if we get distracted in bhakti, he will not give us anything. He will take away whatever we have also. So Krishna's formula is very clear. Anukulyasya sankalpam pratikulyasya varjanam. If we are not voluntarily doing it, he will do it. Simple. Right? Let us voluntarily give up any excitement for material desires. If not, Krishna will have his own ways of taking away all our material desires, teaching us a lesson. Very scary. Better not increase Krishna's job. If we take it on ourselves, Krishna will be cool and he will assist us. He will give us the strength. But if we want to hold on to the material desires, Krishna will somehow or the other take them away. He will make us frustrated in our pursuit of material desires. Then anyways we have to give up. Better we give up now only. Right? So whatever is favorable for bhakti, he will give. He will supply. Whatever is unfavorable for bhakti, he will not give. Whatever is favorable for bhakti, he will preserve. Whatever is not favorable, he will not preserve. He will take away. That's what Ananyas Chintayantam, that's what Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham means. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham is not like blindly or literally giving whatever we want, whatever we need, or preserving whatever we have. Only if it is conducive for advancement in spiritual life, Krishna will give or preserve, provide or protect. He is the provider, he is the protector, undoubtedly. But There are conditions. Okay. These are a few thoughts. It's 8:05. I think we'll conclude here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions or comments?
Thank you so much for that. Because you're talking about your Kshemam. So, we recently had an incident in Ahmedabad with the plane crash, right? And we saw Bhagavad Gita, we found Bhagavad Gita and the deity of Gopal. And I think the hostess or one of the passengers had carrying that with them. So how can we understand this? Why Krishna? Because there was one person who just walked away safely. Why Krishna didn't protect the one who was carrying Bhagavad Gita and the Gopal?
What exactly do you mean by protection? Protecting the material body?
At least she might have suffered a lot, right? There was so much of temperature, warmth, heat.
The suffering is on bodily plane, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. But actually, that is people generally think that if she saved, many people might have thinking about Krishna saved her, something like that. Many people would have been like a big, like Krishna has protected a devotee, kind of. They can actually develop faith in Krishna also at the same time.
Got it. See, we need to see protection, the word protection, from a more mature perspective. For example, in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we saw the story of that boy, the son of maid servant, who later became Narada Muni, right? So this boy, the son of maid servant, was just 5 years old. He could serve and associate with Bhaktivedanta sages during these 4 months of monsoon, isn't it? Then, in their association, he developed some bhakti. He came to prema level. He was initiated by them into bhakti yoga. And after 4 months, all these Bhaktivedanta sages left the place, and he was following that process. But within no time, one evening, his mother, his only protector, went out to milk a cow, but she died because of a snake bite. The only protector of this 5-year-old child died. The child did not have a father also. The child did not have any other relatives or protectors to take care of him. After he became a devotee, this 5-year-old kid lost his mother. You know what Prabhupada writes there? Now, if Krishna had protected her from the snake accident, our faith will increase. No. Prabhupada writes there that in the first canto, 6th chapter, you can read 9th or 10th purport. Prabhupada writes, this is the way of dragging a sincere soul towards the lotus feet of Krishna. That did not disturb the faith of this boy. By the way, after dying, where did the mother go? Just guess. If this boy, 5-year-old boy, must have served this Bhaktivedanta sages so nicely and came to prema level, how much his mother must have served? How much spiritual advancement she must have made? And after serving them sincerely for 4 months, she died. Where will she go? Where will she go? Only 2 options. Either she will go back to Godhead, or she will take another birth to continue her practice of bhakti in a much, much better atmosphere. Not like a maid servant struggling for livelihood, but she would continue her practice of bhakti in a different setup where she will have more facilities to associate with devotees and advance in bhakti. And this little boy, 5-year-old child, understood that. And he continued his bhakti. He meditated on the Lord. Eventually, he became Narada Muni. Right? So, apparently, to material vision, it may seem that Krishna is not protecting some devotee, although they are practicing bhakti. It may seem like that. But protection is not necessarily material protection. That's what we discussed so far. Whatever is favorable for bhakti, Krishna will protect. Whatever is not favorable, Krishna need not protect. And that could include body also. We think that only if Krishna does like this, my faith will increase. But whatever Krishna does, our faith on him should remain intact. In fact, this is a way of Krishna eliminating some unqualified people from the path of bhakti, in one sense. Although ultimately Krishna wants everyone to subscribe to the path of bhakti, he doesn't want any sentimental subscribers. He doesn't want any registrations that create disturbance. He wants service. He wants pure consciousness. Only if I meet your expectations, you will have faith in me. If I do anything beyond your expectation, you will not have faith in me. Krishna will question, right? So our faith should not be dependent on how palatable and how pleasant the situation created by the Lord. Our faith should be dependent on Krishna's divinity. Whether Krishna creates a difficulty in our life on a material plane or gives some prosperity in our life on a material plane, Krishna is my protector. Abhimanyu, did Krishna protect? Krishna was there personally on the planet. Abhimanyu died. Did Uttara lose her hope or lose her faith in Krishna? When Ashwathama released the Brahmastra to kill Parikshit Maharaj within the womb of Mother Uttara came running towards Krishna. Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate na anyam tada bhayam pashyet yatra mrityuhu parasparam. Krishna, I don't see anyone else other than you who can protect me, she said. She did not say, this Krishna never protected my husband Abhimanyu. Will he protect my son today? I will not go to him. I will find some other god. She did not think like that. The way Krishna protects us may not be palatable to us, may not be always pleasant, may not be according to our norms or our expectations. But despite experiencing an unpalatable and unpleasant circumstance in our life, do we keep our faith in Krishna? That is mature bhakti. Right? It's difficult, I understand. Definitely it's very difficult. But that's what many devotees have done in the past. Pandavas, how many difficulties they underwent. Kunti Mata, before her marriage only, he happened to become the mother of a child. After her marriage, his husband could not produce a child in her. She again had to invoke some devatas and get their blessings to have some children. And after she had some children, husband died. She had to maintain 3 of her children and 2 of her co-wives' kids, 5 children, Pandavas. She had to maintain them as a widow, single lady. And constantly this Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna, Shakuni, Dhritarashtra, they are all trying to eliminate these 5 Pandavas. How many difficulties she must have faced. But she says, Vishan Mahagneha Purushada Darshanat Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Kritshrata Mridhe Mridhe Neka Maharathastrato Draunyastratasya Hare Bhirakshita. Although we faced so many calamities, Krishna protected us. That's what she's saying. She's not blaming Krishna. Why did you create this calamity? She said, thank you, Krishna, for protecting us in that calamity. Understand their difference. Instead of blaming Krishna for the appearance of a difficulty in her life, she is thanking Krishna for Krishna's intervention in the difficulty. She could have said, if Krishna says, I protected you from the difficulty, no? Why did you create that difficulty in the first place? Oh, Krishna has to hide his face, right? He never questioned or embarrassed Krishna like that. And even till this point is also okay. The next point is even more scary for us. He said, Vipadaha santutaha shashvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yasyata punarbhava darshanam. Means, let all the calamities and difficulties come again and again and again in my life. Not that she's a lover of calamities, by the way. You love cakes and she loves difficulties, not like that. Whenever there's a difficulty, Krishna appeared in her life and protected her. Krishna gave darshan. More than protection, he gave darshan. Right? So, bhavato darshanam yasyat apunar bhava darshanam. When I have darshan, when I have your darshan, I need not take darshan of this material existence again. Therefore, death for a devotee is not leaving family, is not leaving home. It is entering the real home and real family. That is death for a devotee. If a devotee dies, whether it's in a flight accident or car accident or some health problem or whatever, when a devotee dies, only two possibilities. Number one, devotee may go to the spiritual world. Number two, if some bhakti is pending, devotee will take birth in another form to continue the practice of bhakti and complete it and go to Vaikuntha. Devotee will not go to hell. That's how Krishna protects a devotee. That's the protection on the spiritual plane. But from a material plane, we think that, oh, if the devotee does not have this financial problem or health problem, then Krishna protected. But if the devotee has financial problem or health problem or some other problem, Krishna doesn't protect. Krishna is not the protector. So, Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichha tuhar. You want to protect me or you want to trample me? Your wish, my dear Lord. That's what our acharyas teaches. Does it make sense, Prabhu?
Thank you so much.
Hari Hari. I hope it doesn't sound so heavy. That's what Bhagavatam says. I'm not saying anything. For everything that I said, we have reference from Gita Bhagavatam. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
I can hear. Chittam naiva nivartate. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. Sri Krishna padambujan. Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnantu munchantu va. Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va. Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam tume. This shloka is how a devotee takes shelter of Krishna. Although so many people disown the devotee or blaspheme the devotee, scold the devotee, devotee will not get distracted from Krishna's lotus feet. Yeah. Mukundamala Stotra, Kalashakaralu. It's more than quantity, it is quality of remembrance. Right? Of course, Krishna definitely reciprocates according to our mood. As you quoted this shloka, Yathamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. But what is the quality of my remembrance? Comes also remembered Krishna constantly. Quantity is also more, but quality is different. He remembered Krishna with fear. Hiranyakashipu remembered Krishna with hatred. Shishupal remembered Krishna with envy. Still, they are constantly absorbed in that negative emotions of remembering Krishna. So Krishna gave them liberation, but it's more about in what mood are we remembering. Some people may remember Krishna, 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 please fulfill this material desire that I have. They're remembering, they're more desperate in praying for their material desire. But some devotee may selflessly remember Krishna, even though the amount of remembrance may be little less than this selfish so-called devotee. Krishna is more pleased with the selfless devotee, more than that businessman. Okay. All, but in sadhaka stage, namasmarana is most effective, most important. Tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kalaha namna makari bahudha nija sarva shaktihi. Tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kalaha. All the names of Krishna are very powerful, and there is no hard and fast rule in remembering that name. You can remember anytime. Smaranena kalaha. You can remember the name of the Lord at any time. You can do namasmarana. Nama Sankirtanam Krishna, Sarva Papa Pranashanam. We can do Nama Sankirtan, we can do Namasmaran. Of course, we can always remember Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's leelas, Krishna's forms. But in Kali Yuga, especially Namasmaran is more effective. Thank you. Yes, bro.
So, when you mentioned about the people's question, I wanted to ask from the different literature and being in the association of devotees, it would be found that this is not the that one should reject it, but there might be an internal desire to engage in it or the expectation of pleasure or something. We have a religious argument. We voluntarily increase the conviction that I should reject it. So I feel like engaging with it or have an expectation of pleasure or something. But I'd like to come from my conviction of voluntarily rejecting it.
Please associate with someone who is able to voluntarily reject it better than you. Say, let me give a simple example. Say you want to reject some sweet which is not suitable to your health. You don't want to take it. But still, it's very exciting to eat it. Not to digest it, but to eat it. It goes in very easily, it doesn't come out so easily. Right? But in the heart of the hearts, you desire to give it up, but somehow you're hankering for it, you're unable to give it up. Go and sit next to a devotee who doesn't eat sweets, who is able to effortlessly resist the temptation of eating that sweet, and you are unable to do it. So the devotee's sangha will help us when you are sitting with people who are sweet lovers. Okay, and even if you don't want to eat, their association will inspire you to eat. Right? If you sit next to all spicy people who don't like sweets at all, if you sit next to them, then you will not. They are saying, no, I don't need it. I don't need it. You will say, I don't need it. Krishna answered everything in Bhagavad Gita. Sangat sanjayate kama. Our desires are motivated by the kind of association we keep. Thank you. One more hand is yes, ma'am.
Sometimes people have some spiritual activities very spiritually material. When you get the example of Salat Buddha, is what we will be some passionate, very get for us, we can also buy I think need some activities soon to get those because educating a spiritual teacher.
In the name of Yukta Vairagya, you must start using either gadgets or social media or what else? It could be anything that in the name of Yukta Vairagya we are trying to use it in Krishna consciousness. Yes, some people who are mature enough can actually do it. They can engage all these gadgets, this tripod, these big cameras and sound systems and social medias. They can use in Krishna consciousness, but we need to be very careful not to get trapped by them. Now you see, when you're walking on the street, may not be in this street, but in a typical jungle in whichever country. If a thorn pierces your foot, to pluck out the thorn, To remove that thorn, you take another thorn. You may not have safety pin or some syringe with you when you're walking in the street. So you take another thorn and try to slowly take out the thorn that has already entered your foot. If you're careful, you can easily remove. But if you're not careful, you will end up having 2 thorns in your foot. Right? Isn't it? So similarly, to preach to this modern youth who are always in Instagram, always on YouTube, or oftentimes on YouTube, or Facebook, or I don't know, other platforms, LinkedIn, right? So you may have to go on those platforms and then spread some Krishna Katha, right? But if we become addicted to it, we are having 2 thorns with us. To remove their thorn, you are entering there with a thorn with you. But you may end up getting addicted to it. How many likes, how many shares, how many comments, what people are thinking about me, and what other people are posting. I should outsmart them. And this is the thing. Oh, they're getting into this kind of content. Let me also create that kind of content. If your intention is to just spread Krishna Katha in some creative way to reach out to the masses, that's fine. But if that is distracting us from bhakti more than attracting other people to bhakti, if we are getting attracted to their lifestyle than attracting them to our lifestyle, then the whole purpose is defeated, right? So whatever endeavor we take up, it must enhance our Krishna consciousness, and it should also help 10 other people also enhance their Krishna consciousness. As long as that is being maintained, you can be very innovative and creative in ways of serving Krishna. But if the innovation leads to deviation, that's the problem. Initially it begins with distraction, then it becomes a deviation. Distraction means you're sitting in the class, instead of focusing on the class, you're thinking of something else. Deviation means you don't come for the class only. Right? So, distractions are inevitable, but ensure that distractions don't become deviations. And we minimize distractions. Right? Makes sense? Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu ji ki. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for the enlightening class on Yoga, Kshemam, Vahamyaham, very detailed. Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed the session. In the beginning, I didn't get an opportunity to introduce Prabhuji. Prabhuji doesn't need an introduction. For my purification, I want to introduce. But they all seen is enlightening class. So tomorrow there is another class at Vasudevan Prabhu home. How to the topic is the real nectar in spiritual life. So please, you are all invited there. Please do come tomorrow. And thank you all for coming this evening for this session. And would like to thank you, Sri Ram Prabhu and Alikya Mataj and Madhav for opening their door to invite all the devotees for this evening. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu, for reminding that tomorrow's program starts at 6 with the prasadam. 7 o'clock sharp, class will begin. So there is no prasadam afterwards. So there will be prasadam to go. If not that there is no prasadam, sorry. But prasadam will be served at the host place by 6 o'clock, 6 to 7. Hare Krishna.
Ma